Finally took the right hand off of his head. The exact way you want to start 13 seconds into the game. Matthews slips, falls down. All sorts of ball pressure. He somehow is able to get it to Kugel. 5 on the shot clock. Matthews, the penetration and a nice touch. He in the NCAA tournament because of the historical regular season and the success they had. No doubt.
There's pressure on the SEC this year, I think, to deliver with a national title and back up how great they've been in the regular season. This league has not won one since 2012. John Calipari at Kentucky was the last. See the different colors of all the schools that are here. You know what else happens in Nashville? You never hear a bad national anthem.
No, you're right about that.
Everyone, just because they got a hot start and they absorbed the scouting report early and the points of emphasis. From a coaching standpoint in March, you do not let them off the hook. I love that report from Molly, what Chris Chance is talking about.
Great wraparound pass. Really good job. The two bigs get it done.
On the basketball court. But when you talk about Arkansas, what have they been doing? They've had guys like Carter Knox be able to step up. Billy Richmond is a guy that's been key. And I think paying attention to what the game plan is.
There's a foul, count the basket, and Cam Matthews. Yeah, there's Richmond. You were singing his praises before.
I love his game. Billy Richmond brings so much energy to the game. It's not going to be quantified in stats, but I promise you, when you look at the tape, Billy Richmond is in, and plus minus is going to be big.
Freshman from Memphis. Did you coach his AAU team?
No, I wish I would. I know his dad. His dad was a hell of a player, too. But he's a chip off the old block, man, and can get it done.
Your former players are littered about this league. Here's Matthews, not known for the three-point prowess. Game. I can't wait to see where your call goes now.
And guess what, Kev? I might have a mouthpiece. I'll put a mouthpiece in and call the game, too. Because it's a war out here, baby.
It's a wardrobe change. Wardrobe covered in the paint. Going to Matthews. He scores it. Arkansas trying to move the basketball. It's been a bit of a stagnant possession. Deflection. Turnover. Mississippi State on the move. On a 9-0 run and back within 4. Kugel bounce it down to Matthews with 3:35 to go. Matthews with the smaller Davis. That's muscles in. Score it. And the foul.
Kev, that's the boom room, and he's a boom.
Let's have this monster day. 20 points and a double-double. Mississippi State has got to get it in before that 5-second count, maybe with 1 to spare. Inside of 2.5 minutes now. Thrilling one in Fayetteville. Matthews got it. And the foul.
And Trey Johnson. Onyema collects and is blocked out of bounds. No, it was saved by Keyshawn Murphy.
Again, Texas trying to play through the double team of Johnson.
Matthews, the hezzy, the finish at 7-4. Kaluma, the layup. I'm not sure how he snuck that up there.
That was sneaky good.
Murphy behind the back to Cam Matthews. Shedrick to Kaluma. Shedrick, no, 3 point-blank opportunities, and the Horns come up empty. Matthews, a full head of steam and a layup.
Roy, that from on Mark.
A couple of years in Houston, 1 in Fayetteville, and now in Austin. Nwoko to Matthews. Here. Freshman versus senior. And Kugel taps into Matthews somehow. Dumps it down.
Good, and how historic this season has been for the league.
In case anybody forgot, there's 16 teams in the league. That's all of them. Matthews, he is
wants an elevation on his shot. He shoots the ball, Kevin, taller than his stature. I mean, because of his elevation, he shoots the ball at a spot for a guy 6'2 or 6'3.
Yeah, that's impressive. Matthews just is I think all but likely now that they would. Was that a 1-and-1? So no one realized it. By Selma.
With Mississippi State, the Chris Youngblood game, he scored a career-best 7 3-pointers, as you mentioned, but he refuses to let his teammates talk about that. And he said that it was a shooter's paradise in a game like that, but he did not expect so many early opportunities today.
I get it. Youngblood, nice step into the paint. That's blocked there by R.J. Melendez. Knowing how Alabama's going to focus on 12, Hubbard, who else is going to be able to provide the scoring for State? Matthews, that's a start. Cameron Matthews knocks down
one side of the floor, not getting side touches, not getting paint touches.
Hubbard gives it off. Cam Matthews, corner three. Good for Matthews.
More per game than their opponent because of that.
They'll show some of this pressure, and it's important if you're Mississippi State, you got to go right into your offense. Don't just go set up a play, otherwise you'll be working against too low of a shot clock.
Hayden Hefner checks into the game for Wade Taylor for Texas A&M. Here's Jones, stumbles for a moment. Claudell Harris coming off the bench. Harris tried to get to Matthews. He does so on the lay-in for Cam. Matthews, 7th in the league in assists. Basicki for 3, too strong. Hubbard long rebound. A little run out by the Bulldogs. Inside to Matthews. He'll throw one.
Corner three. Matthews rebound. That is just two.
Cotton had a double-double in the win against #1 Auburn. Here's Hubbard.
follow jam by Matthews.
Really shot the ball well in the win on the road against Auburn. Matthews all alone. Too easy.
Looking down there at that Mississippi State bench, they did get Jones some new shoes. Oh, nice touch by Cameron. Harris, step back 3. Bad miss. Follow is good, though, by Matt.
In the paint, look out for shooters. Yep. Perkins pulls up from 12. Rebound down to Matthews. That's the veteran in his 5th season with the program. So I'm going to say
the accelerator now for Mississippi State.
Battle to start. Really
Great
clean
shot
basketball.
making.
Yep. Great shot making, exactly. Still a physical style game as well. 6'10" Keyshawn Murphy playing a point forward position. He's really dynamic. Matthews, the blow by and the throwdown. Shooter to get on balance when you're coming to the left if you're a right-handed shooter. What, like the sort of kind of mental state you're in when things are clicking. What is that confidence like? There's Matthews on 2 feet. It's tangled up with Youngblood.
And an offensive rebound and put back for Cam.
No, it's not. Built more like an SEC defensive back or running back. There's our guy, Cam Matthews.
See him miss more open shots than tough shots. He is a tough shot maker, and that's something I think he really developed at Virginia Tech when he was asked to do so much. By asked, I mean he had to.
Skip pass. Google. Ball fake. Pocket pass inside and laid up and in by Cam Matthews. Now with 5. Drives. Runner. Comes off. There's Cam Matthews.
Rivalry games like I do. I'm so grateful to be able to be here. The first time here in Starkville. This is a great place.
4-point lead. Keyshawn. Inside. Matthews rocks the rim. Got 12.
Great play by Padula, just a drag defense to get Brakefield wide open.
Under 4 to play. Murphy. To a cutting Melendez. Great look. The Cam Matthews.
And he takes his time with it again. Experienced dudes know how to make plays, particularly down the stretch.
Here's Matthews now working on Davis. And gets it.
Soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, communication has to be at an all-time high if you're Mississippi State and you're going to play zone. Auburn passes the ball too well to not protect the basket.
Johnson walling up as Matthews with a
out and missing those shots. Auburn was getting those rebounds, getting out running, getting the momentum on their side, and it was different.
There is Matthews to the rim.
Here's Butler. Oh, nice crossover dribble. Couldn't get the friendly bounce.
Harris.
Good defense. Both teams have gotten back defensively. No early shots for either opponent.
Matthews spins. Count it.
Great scouter report. They back off guys that aren't necessarily shooters. Try to shore up their rebound.
Matthews, strong take to the rim.
Wow.
14 points a game. Not to mention his 3 rebounds, over 4 assists, and shooting 40% from behind the arc. Here's Matthews with a full head of steam, trying to turn the corner.
Whoa, man! Whoa! It's like they're hula hoops up there that they're shooting at.
Matthews, strong take, and it kicks out at the last moment. Kept alive. They'll reset it. Matthews will try for 3. He's got it. Shot clock 3. Brea trying to find a little bit of room. He gets it to Butler as the shot clock horn sounds. Rebound Matthews. Cameron straight to the rim. Count it.
He has numbers on the other end.
Four-point game, 8.5 to play. Here's Harris. Murphy been saddled with foul trouble, getting some minutes here. Matthews lines up a 3. Off the backboard, count it. And a foul against
Transition off turnovers.
Van Yoen bodying with Cam Matthews. That's the veteran. He gets his own miss and scores it at the rim. Quad in the first half of that win against LSU. Sat for much of the game. Ultimately returned. Wound up scoring 12 points in 17 minutes. And so he is what we like to say the instant offense. He's number 1 in the white when Vandy is back down the floor. Cam Matthews, the veteran, takes it strong to the rack. Of course, for these Commodores, we've had some interesting scores, Pat. There you go. The first 2 games have gone final. Florida just tramples Tennessee, beats it by 30, and then Georgia with a significant home win against a top 10 Kentucky team. So welcome to the SEC. There's Matthews at the rim.
Well, that is uncharacteristic.
And Tanner, the freshman, has it. Tyler Tanner up to Collins, sets the feet, misses the 3. And so even when Vandy has had the chance, they just haven't been able to hit the shots, and they've been limited to 1 look. Hubbard to Matthews, goes up with the right and through. Hey, he has been pouring it in from distance of late. Nickel way off on the 3. Harris made 8 threes his last 2 games, and so he's got 2 here today. Nwoko battling with McLaughlin underneath. Instead, Matthews takes it in himself, lays it in. I knew they can start to go to work. Working off the carry screen. Murphy comes over to Hedge brilliantly and takes it away.
That was a triple team, and you had Cam Matthews shading over towards A.J. Hoggard. If anyone's going to beat them, State said it's not.
How about this passing? Tic-tac-toe.
Hands from behind, it's a steal. Here comes Thomas off and running. Thomas missed it off the front rim. Everything but the finish for Jamari Thomas.
Yes, a nice job by Thomas coming in with the quick hands here. Here's that guy. Selfish play is kind of contagious. And it starts really with like a guy like Hubbard, who on the year has got 42 assists and 10 turnovers. If your best scorer is willing to be unselfish, I think everybody else kind of falls in line.
And there's not a whole lot of selfishness on this Mississippi State roster. Everybody seems to know their role well, including that man, the Swiss Army knife. Everybody else in a white uniform today has contributed. Davis that time left the teardrop short. Matthews leading the break. Matthews, oh boy.
At different teams playing in different leagues, I'm anxious to see how it all shakes out, especially the West Coast teams coming east.
Now, we knew Texas was going to be good coming in. Oklahoma has been a very pleasant surprise. Matthews again.
Shooters know when it's off, and you can tell immediately. He chased after that miss. Now a steal by Mississippi State. Little contact there. Kugel with the lob. Matthews with the finish. You played with Reggie Theus.
Yes, I did.
Sacramento?
3 years, yep.
You said he was incredibly welcoming to you and made you feel right at home as soon as you stepped into the league.
Wouldn't you, if you had somebody to carry your bags and buy you drinks all the time? You'd like to
really even screening effectively because they're being Mississippi State being very physical.
Rogers can't get it. Really outside of Haggerty's 11. Only 3 points from the rest of the roster. Murphy spins, bounces. Cameron Matthews.
Memphis wanted to start. Had a couple of good looks, did knock them down.
Kugel, no. Matthews, yes. Zips.
A lead like 17 on the road against a good team. That says something.
Hunter around an ounce. And Murphy retrieves. Matthews with a head of steam off the glass and through. Team hopes to have him back. Perhaps after the break. That's after this game. Matthews is not giving 5 from their 5th straight win. Hubbard, high elevation J. Offensive board into the hands of Keyshawn Murphy.
They've been beating Memphis to loose balls and rebounds the entire game.
Junior from Orlando's had a standout game. Kugel leads. Matthews deposits 2.
This is something to keep an eye out for. That is the 3rd foul on Christian Shoemake, and he is such a valuable part of what McNeese does on both ends of the floor. Pass. Matthews off the tramp. Great floor general and knows his role on this team. Melendez had it. There's Matthews to clean it up.
Prairie View has 3 players in double figures in the first half. Pedway with 10, Anderson now with 11, and Marcel Bryant with 15.
And they account for all but 3 of the Prairie View points.
And Cam Matthews with the lead. And 13 for Nick Anderson. Here's Matthew. Cam with a cut to the bucket.
To Matthews, 2 on the shot clock. Gets it off in time, touches the rim. His follow is good.
Shoot a bunch right around 24.
There's on the same side, left-handed low, comes from that left-handed side.
That's usually a shot he makes too.
Contact or no contact, that's usually right in his wheelhouse. Cameron Matthew going 94. Good mismatch there with Cam. Scoop shot, no good. There's Cameron Matthews to the 5.
5 on the timer. Moore pops out. Around and off. And the rebound to Matthews. Down the lane he goes for the flush. Clary.
Pass by McCaffrey. Got it in the middle of the lane. Found Colby King in the corner.
How about Matthews back 15 from distance on the year?
Just a lack of urgency on that side of the floor for Mississippi State. But Colby King got to know where he's at all times on the floor.
Backdoor Matthews. How about a 3rd dunk in 20 for Mississippi State? Hubbard will launch a 3. They just cannot buy one from bonus land, but Matthews muscles that one up and in. Dash in. And Mississippi State a chance to make this a 1-possession game. 25th ranked team in the country trying to get to 7-0. Matthews, 2 more and a foul. He finishes at the rim for 2 more.
Talk about a luxury, bringing these 2 guys off the bench for Butler. Great pass, Colby King.
Matthews burrowing inside, count it, +1. 5 in the way it's the 5 top conference champs. And a big swat there by Murphy.
Talking to the son of a former Florida Gator linebacker. Football's in my blood.
By the way, that was Matthews on the rejection, and it's Matthews.
This area. But still at the same point, you know, Chris Jan seeing that his team is capable of getting tough, making second half adjustments, and that's got to give him a lot of confidence heading into this second half.
Well, SMU's got to feel good knowing that Boopy Miller only played 8.5 minutes the first half. That could be a big difference maker for the Mustangs here coming into this second half of action.
Now Matthews bashing his way in
the first half, including 4 offensive boards at 6'5".
It's a 2-point game. Remember, it was a 13-point contest. Hubbard takes it away. Mississippi State has never led. A chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. Kugel. Clary. Baseline. Handoff. Tie game. Cameron for the Mustangs. Miller going to work. Pulling up. Can't hit it. Long rebound. Clary trying to run out 3-on-2. Dumps it to Matthews, flying in to take.
Well, there's still a recipe to find a way to win and elevate our offense, and that's exactly what he's done.
Well, they're still without, to your point, the two bigs, Lawson, Lovering, who was definitely expected to be a starter. Nice baseline cut. There's Matthews. He's got the first Mississippi. Oh, nice turnaround. And it's a 4-point lead.
He was out of options.
I promise you that.
9 to play. Matthews cuts. Matthews goes right up strong. Get it.
Check back in for State. Michael Nwoko back in as well. Kanye Cleary. Matthews. Up and under. Count the bucket and the foul. Cam Matthews. That's his 11th point now. He's in double figures. Matthews going to take the three and hit it. Cam Matthews.
It's a 12-point game, just over 4 to play. Big spot here for the Bulldogs offensively. Well, that's a big answer.
Oh, yes. Shot clock at 5. Nutter has it stripped free. Knocked loose by Hubbard. Up ahead to Cam Matthews. Quick three right side, and that one rattles out. Cam Matthews got it, sticks it back. Cam Matthews, welcome to the game. And they skip the pass to Lane, back out to Brown, and Malachi Brown throws up the lame duck off the right side. Here's Cam Matthews down the lane with the left hand. He spins. Here's Cam Matthews with a steal and a finish with one hand.
On the night for the Wolves. Bulldogs have turned it over just 5 times.
Matthews leaning in. And now steal by Hubbard. Tightrope the end line. And Cam Matthews